Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and today in this video I am going to show you in-place upgrade for Windows Server Failover Cluster from Windows Server 2012 R2 to all new Windows Server 2016 step by step. So if you see, we have two types of cluster upgrade. The first one is like new adding a new node to cluster, like we have two Windows or three Windows Server 2012 R2 cluster nodes, and we are going to introduce one more a new server which is running on Windows Server 2016 as a cluster node, and then we can add the Windows 2016 cluster machine to cluster, and then we can bring the 2012 uh, machines out of cluster. So this is adding one by one. We can add three new cluster nodes for with Windows Server 2016, and we can bring the 2012 machines out of the cluster. So and n plus the second option is n plus upgrade. In place upgrade, we are doing like the same machine which is running on Windows Server 2012 R2. I'm going to like upgrade the same machine with 2016 server, and then we can add the same cluster node to cluster. So this is called in place upgrade, where we are going to update the Windows Server 2012 R2 machine to 2016 and add to cluster. So here is the step which infrastructure which I'm going to use. So if you remember, in my last video I have created one cluster which is basically scale out file server cluster and providing the high availability file server. So I'm using the same demo machines here. So if you don't have the cluster, then you can go ahead and create one cluster for demo for the practice purpose for your lab, and then you can do this video as a practical, or you can use the same process to uh, upgrade in place upgrade for the cluster in production. So here it is, we have three machines. The first machine is Active Directory server, which is Win2K12 GC01, and I'm running Active Directory on the server. If you go here, you can see Active Directory DNS and DHCP role is running on this machine. And if you go to local machine, you can see my domain name is victorinfosol.com and my Win2K12 GC01, the server which is holding the Active Directory DNS and DHCP role. And second, we have two cluster node 1 and cluster node 2. Both are running Windows Server 2012 R2 standard edition. If you go here, let's check out, you can see the Win2K12 mem01, and this is mem02 server. So both are running on a cluster. If you go here, you can open the failover cluster manager. You can see I have added two node here. Both node are like Windows Server 2012 R2 standard, you can see, and the mem2 is also Windows Server 2012 R2. So in this video I'm going to upgrade the in place upgrade for mem2 server from Windows 2012 R2 standard to Windows 2016. So here's the info, and as I am running one file server cluster here, so we need to make sure the service or the cluster is not going down during the upgrade. So let's check here. You can see here I have connected to some shares which is running on my cluster here. If you go here, you can see the shares are running on cluster file server fs-cluster01, which is automatically mapped to my users. Here you can see all the shares like office file, public, and user home. User01 is mapped to my computers and the shares. So I will make sure during the activity, during the in place upgrade for the cluster node, I'm not going to down anything from production like this file server. So now you can see the owner is the mem201. So let's move this first to best possible node. So I have only one node here. uh, if I move the cluster, if I move the file server role from um, any node, then we have only one node available. Like if I'm moving from 01, it will go to 02, or if we're moving the role from 02, it will go to 01. So you can see my failover clustering is working fine. So the the cluster is basically fully operational. There was no issue in a cluster, everything is working fine. So we need to make sure after after the in place upgrade we are coming to this stage only. So now let's go to step by step. So here, step by step in place upgrade for Windows Server Failover Cluster. So the first thing is we need to drain a cluster role from cluster node, which we need to upgrade to Windows Server 2012. So I'm going to 2012, and for now you can see my role, a cluster of 01 is running on mem2, and I'm going to drain role from here. Right click on cluster which you need to upgrade, and click on pause and drain roles, and now it will move the roles from um, if this server having cluster node having any role, it will move role to another cluster node. So now you can see it's moving to mem01. So now it's moved, you can see, and the status for this machine is now paused. And now what we need to do, evict the node from cluster, and now I'm going to click here and more action. You can see here evict, and now by using this it will remove this node from cluster. So are you sure want to evict the node? It went to get 12 mem02 from cluster. Yes, I want to evict. So now you can see it's moving, processing. Now you can see we have only one node in cluster, so we have removed this node from a cluster, so we are good to go. And now we need to go to third step, which is delete existing VM switches. So why we need to delete existing VM switches? Because if you are going to do an in place upgrade, it will not going to take further, because we have configured some NIC teaming here. So NIC teaming is not going to, whenever you do any in place upgrade for server, it's recommended by Microsoft would delete the NIC teaming, and you don't have NIC teaming. So for now we have a NIC teaming and Hyper-V converged network, which we have created in last video by using this script. So I'm going to delete that first. So go and open the PowerShell here, run as administrator PowerShell, and let's do one thing. You can see we have a script here. The line here I have written get VM switch to check the which switch is there. So get VM switch, so it will give you the name which we have created for now, which is Converged VSwitch. And if you want to delete this, just go and type pipe remove vSwitch. So as we have only one switch here, it will not ask you the name, and type the name, this just vSwitch. If you have more than one vSwitch, you need to mention the name also. So here you can see confirm you want to share delete this, remove this network. Yes, I want. So hit enter. Now if you go on network and share center, it will take some time. Now you can see everything seems deleted here, so good to go. And now we have to do the next step, which is like here mention remove if any network team is being used. So I'm going to use the remove existing network team. which we have. Here you can see the team is deleted, and we don't have any Hyper-V switch there. So get net lbfo team, it will give you the neck teaming option. So we have one team here, so let's delete this also. So we have to type the same command, remove net lbfo team to remove the neck teaming. And now you can see it's asking to, yes, I want to remove it. So now you can see the team is also removed here. So everything seems good for now, so just wait for a few seconds. So now you can see the team is also removed. You can go ahead and close this. So for now we have here, you can see 4 nick. And now what I'm going to do, the next step which we need to perform, go back, and here the create run in place upgrade for Windows Server 2016. So I'm going to mount the 2016 media here. So setting, and I have Windows Server 2016 here. So mount this installation DVD. Double click on it. Also, while they're running this setup Windows Server 2016, make sure you have enough free space in C drive, because it's going to do the in-place upgrade in C drive only. If you don't have space in C drive, go and create some free space. And now you can see here we have some important, get the important updates. So for now I'm not going to take any update from Microsoft, so just not right now. Click next, and now it's checking the PC for some pre-requests and the settings which we have on this machine. So it will take some time, and we are getting a few things ready. Now it's being like it started analyzing the services, the roles which is installed on this machine. So it will take some time. So now it's asking for product key. Please enter the product key and click next. Now we have a Windows Server 2016 standard. So make sure you are installing the correct version. So in my case we have Windows Server 2012 R2 standard, so I'm going to install the Windows Server 2016 standard with desktop experience. So click next, and now applicable notice and license terms, so everything good. Go ahead and click accept. And now we have a option here to keep your personal files and application, or do nothing. So I want to keep my files and application which is I have installed on this machine to be at the same. So here you can see the files, some files at my desktop, so I'm going to use the same, keep personal files and application. Next, and now it's making sure you are ready to install. And if everything looks good here, it will give you the option to initiate the installation, or if anything wrong, you will get the prompt here to fix the issue or the warning here. So just wait for a few seconds. Also, I want to just make sure the one cluster node is available and the roles are running. So you make sure you are not hampering any production, so everything is working fine, because the file server or the roles cluster role is running on the available cluster node, which is mam01 in my case. So production is running, we are not hampering any production, and we are doing the in-place upgrade. So wait for this. So now everything seems good, and Windows Server upgrade is not recommended to best result. please clean install, and then we need to install the application. So in my case we are doing the in place upgrade, so let's go and click confirm. So just wait for a few seconds, it will give you the next screens soon. So now making sure your PC have enough space, as I told, you have to make sure you have enough space in C drive for the making installations available for 2016. So in my case I have enough space, so go ahead and close it. And now you can see what ready to install. What we have selected: install Windows Server 2016 standard with desktop experience and keep personal files and applications. So go ahead and click on install button. So now installing Windows Server 2016, and it's giving your PC might be restart several times. So during the installation it will take around not more than 30 minutes to get the installation done for 2016, and you don't need to do anything like you don't need to disjoin machine or join machine in domain. So let's wait for this copy to complete it, then machine will reboot and the installation will proceed. So I'm pausing the recording for some time during the installation, because the installation is take almost 30 minutes. So we'll resume the video whenever the manual instructions is required. So pausing the recording for now on 5%, 6%. The copy is done. Now it's showing your PC will restart in few moments, and after the restart it will take the installation further. So no need to do anything, just wait for get the machine reboot. The machine is getting rebooted. So Windows loading file, and now it will start the installation. So working on update 0%. Do not turn off your computer. So now this process will take around 10 to 15 minutes to update the Windows from 2012 R2 to 2016. So you can see 1% is completed, and your PC will restart several times during this installation or upgrade. So I'm pausing the recording once again. Also we can verify one thing: if you go to Active Directory, users and computers, you'll able to see the mem2 is updated with Windows Server 2012 for now. And after the upgrade, here you can see the computer object and server Win2get 12 mem01. Oh, mem02 basically we need to check, and properties. You can see for now operating system is Windows Server 2012 R2 standard, and after the upgrade it will upgrade it to 2016. So wait for it, it's running, it is still running. So now press Ctrl Del to log in. Installation is completed, and you can see I can log into my domain account, which is server admin. And now go to next step, which is create Converged VMSwith as per previous configuration. So I have the same script which we have done in last video while promoting the failover cluster. So I'm going to create the same nicknaming with the name. Go to local server. Here we have a teaming. So enable team, put the name, and select the all for nick here. Click OK. and wait for a second to get this up, all the 4 nicks. So now all the 4 nick is active and its status is okay, so go ahead and close this. And now we can go ahead and run the script to create a hyperconverged network here. So go to PowerShell and run ISC as a admin, and make sure you are. So for now you can see we have only this team, so I want to go here and run the script. So at desktop everything seems fine, just click on run, and now it will create the 4 switch for us. So now you can see the adding virtual Ethernet switch resource. So it will take some time to create the NIC for us. You can see the below the script is running, and now you can see the NICs is created, 2 NICs is created, so it will take some time and create all the NIC. So now you can see the status is completed and the script is created 4 NIC for us. So now in this task we need to create the configure the IP address. On the next step we have configure IP address on all network adapters as per previous configure and restart node. So I'm going to do the, here we have the IP configuration for node 2, and which I'm going to configure right now. So on the domain we need to configure the domain NIC. IP address 192.168.1.202, and the default gateway we don't have, and prefer DNS, and same I have to configure the ISC traffic, which is 10.10.10.202 255.255.255.0, and uncheck the IPv6, and we have a cluster network and 2, so properties and go to IPv4 192.168.2.202 and class C default subnet mask, and check the IPv6, and last, which is live migration. So go to properties and put the IP address 192.168.3.202, and okay, and now we need to go and restart the machine after the configuring IP address. So you can see the all NIC is configured with the correct IP address as per previous configuration, and now I'm going to reboot this. And now we are at the final step, which is add the node back in cluster. So once the machine is restarted, we'll add the node in cluster. So it's restarting, and it's restarting now, and same time you can go and verify the Active Directory object. Here you can see the win2get12 mem02, and if you go to properties you can see the operating system is updated in AD as well as Windows Server 2016 standard, so good to know. And just wait to get restart this machine. So hit Ctrl Alt Del, and log into server cluster node. So now the machine is up, everything is looks good. We have done the setting, and now go to the failover cluster manager, and you can see one node is running. And now I'm going to add the node back and my cluster. So go here and put the like name into K12, and here you can see the mem2. Click OK. So click next, and don't want to run the pre-request for Microsoft cluster, so click next. And don't check this, because also we don't have any eligible storage on that server. All the storage is mapped with the cluster, so go to go, click next, and now you can see it's making the available for a cluster. And joining, you can see here. And now cluster node is up. So you have successfully upgraded the node. And there was few warning related to quorum disk, so we can ignore this. The resource quorum disk is not being considered as a disk witness because the resource is not valid. So we can identify this. We have a disk here which is quorum disk, so we don't need to take any issue for that. And now you can see everything seems good, and now we can go to roles and identify the source role. File server cluster role is running on mem0. You can test the cluster mem2 is running fine or not by moving the resource from node member 1 to member 2, and now it's pending. And it's now you can see it's running, and the current owner is Win2K12 mem02. So we have done successfully. And if you go to nodes, you can click here and you can see the like information Windows Server Microsoft Windows Server 2016 standard. So we have done the basically in place upgrade. So if you want to go ahead and upgrade the node member 1 also, you can go and proceed with the same task which we have done here, and you can upgrade the your another cluster node as well as. So finally we need to test failover to make sure everything is working fine. So we have done the test failover, and now you can see the role is running on mem2, and we can access the shares as well as on a client machine. So everything looks good for us. So this is all about the in place upgrade for Windows Server Failover Cluster from 2012 R2 to Windows Server 2012 16. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe me for more videos. And if you have any query, any question related to this, please post me on my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.